Okay, this is just a quick overview of some of the security and user permission type things you can do. Adding users groups, adding users to groups, individual node access, the password policy, some things like that. Again, once you log in, you can have access to the administration page if you have it, and then you have all of these items here, which are your different site options. So I've already opened some windows, so it'll move quicker. And so we'll start with users. So this is the users admin, and so here's a list of users that I've created, as well as the roles. And you can do all sorts of bulk options. You can unblock, block selected users, add them to different roles, remove them from roles, all in bulk or all individually. You saw back, change what theme they use, if they can access the personal contact forms, what open ID they're using or is associated to their account, the track item for their content, file browser to see what files they've uploaded. Again, this is obviously all administrative. Also, not just under track their posts, but also their visits. So you can administer the users, all sorts of options from here. You can also add a user, in which case you can just fill in the information here. Are their status active or blocked? Notice these options are grayed out. That is so that you can have full 100% confidence that nobody internally could have selected, that somebody has accepted either the privacy policy or the terms and conditions of use. It's a control, so that you are protected from, and so that that you're protected from liability, and obviously that if the person's account is valid, that they've actually had to have gone through that already. That's how you would add the user. I just showed you how you can also edit users. Then there's roles, and the roles are the groups. And these are the roles that exist in this proof of concept. So I put a number in front of them because I like them to sort properly, and by default Drupal sorts them alphabetically. And it also gives you a little bit of kind of proportionality in what they can do. By 99, that's the big guy, the top administrator. Then 60 is a very high level content administrator. And then these have less separation. The permission differential between them is not so much. You can edit permissions individually with just a simple checkbox. Or you can edit permissions in whole through the user permissions options, and that gives you a massive checkbox, which can be a bit daunting with all of these groups, as you see there with a little bit of overlay. But at least in this view, you can get a very wide view of 30,000 foot view of what your permissions are, who has access to what. It's pretty intense permissions there, but very good. And then related to that, there's the legal. This is your terms and conditions. Touched on it with the user settings, and basically from here you can actually see what your current terms and conditions are or edit them. This is your maximize editor, so you can come here and update them. Note, when you do update them, it actually will create a new version, hence version ID number 2 up here. And the next time somebody actually signs in, they have to accept that new version to continue. So the nice thing is, if your terms and conditions change the moment you implement that change, every subsequent login who's done anything, that they've already accepted that. A, because it's recorded in the database, and B, because that's the way the module is designed. They absolutely have to, it's automatic, forces them to read and become aware and agree to the new terms anytime you change one iota of those terms. And then you can also add additional checkboxes there, which is why here it says I've also read the site's privacy policy, which is linked to on the bottom of the page. So you have a terms and a privacy policy.